The war between Iran and Israel has now entered its fourth day. Both sides have launched 6 rounds of attacks each, with Iran slightly ahead after 2 strikes last night. Israel has fired around 700 to 750 missiles, drone and airstrikes, while Iran has launched about 350 projectiles. Iran's strikes mostly targeted Israel's key occupied coastal cities like Haifa and Tel Aviv. 2 missiles landed in the West Bank and Arab regions. About 10 to 15% of Iran's missiles hit their targets. Instead, Israel's security minister banned videos of the destruction and missile defense responses, like the Iron Dome, David's Sling, and Arrow systems, and especially hypersonic missile impacts. Ironically, Israel has used bunker-buster missiles on Gaza for years. Iran lacks such weapons but has hypersonic and ballistic missiles. Now, Israeli civilians are experiencing the kind of destruction previously confined to Gaza, which is triggering widespread panic. The war is far from over. Though Israel maintains military superiority and has struck deep into Tehran, including killing 20 top Iranian commanders, its goals failed. The Iranian public did not turn on the regime. Instead, Iran retaliated swiftly, showing strong preparation. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is now appealing to U.S. Christian Zionist groups for military help, bunker busters, troops, and, well, more. He admits Israel just can't destroy Iran's nuclear program alone. Trump, however, said the U.S. won't enter the war unless Americans are attacked. Trump's warning that no Americans are hurt yet hints Israel might stage an attack on U.S. assets to draw the U.S. in. Iran so far has avoided striking NATO or U.S. sites to keep the conflict bilateral. But if the war escalates, external intervention or a ceasefire may follow. Can Israel destroy Iran's nuclear capabilities? Iran has 3 key nuclear sites, Natanz above ground, IAEA declared and partially disabled by Israel on day 1. Fordow near Qom, buried half a kilometer underground, immune to bombing. It's Iran's most advanced site, holding 408 kilograms of enriched uranium. Kui-Kolang, deep underground, uninspected, and suspected to be larger than Fordow. Israel has struck Fordow, but the impact is, honestly, unclear. Iran may have moved some infrastructure underground. Only ground invasion could halt progress. If Iran exits the NPT, it could openly build nuclear weapons, escalating risks of war and regional arms races. Imposing a pro-Western regime like Pahlavi loyalists would fail. It would be seen as a puppet government. After any retaliation, even anti-regime Iranians tend to support national defense. A woman without hijab recently said, "We'll achieve nuclear power at any cost." Iranians broadly reject foreign-imposed regime change. Any new government that allows Israel access to nuclear sites would face rebellion. U.S. mediation is really no longer credible. It demands Iran's surrender while siding with Israel. Iran actually prefers Russia as a mediator now. Forced surrender, honestly, is only possible after total defeat. Will Iran leave the NPT? Well, Iran has said it would if attacked. Leaving the treaty would allow rapid weaponization in less than a month. But dismantling buried sites would require massive military intervention, which the U.S. definitely wants to avoid. Has Iran already built a bomb? Well, it's unknown. With more than 80% enrichment at Fordow or Kui-Kolang, it may have. If not, it's close, held back by religious fatwa, the NPT, and pressure from allies. Continued attacks could change that. Intercepting 100 Iranian missiles costs Israel about $500 to $600 million, plus you have to factor in airport closures, and honestly, a lot of civilian panic. On the other hand, Iran's cost for 100 launches is around $300 to $350 million, and that's not even counting the damage to its own infrastructure. Even though Iran is taking heavier physical losses, Israel is still pushing for Western involvement, really showing just how much strain they're under. Their densely populated corridor, about 300 to 450 kilometers long, just can't handle these kinds of extended attacks. Now Israel is even banning destruction footage and appealing to Western media, which is pretty different from how things went during its wars on Gaza or Lebanon. Iran has shown it can fire 70 to 120 missiles every day, and that includes some pretty advanced ones. Israel's old confidence has, well, really turned into fear. Despite all this heavy pressure, Iran actually seems better suited for a long-term conflict.